Welcome to the Google Maps Marketing Masterclass. If you want to drive more leads for your business on Google, this masterclass is going to show you exactly how to do it. All right, so let's jump right in. Today we're going to cover the following objectives. What is Google Maps and why is it important for your business? How to optimize your Google business profile to generate more local business. We're going to give you insider tips to understanding how Google Maps works for your business and how to track the performance of your Google profile to make better marketing decisions. Our goal is to help you generate more local business. So let's start with the basics. What is your Google profile? For those of you who are not yet familiar, that's okay. Your business profile is basically a free tool that allows you to take charge of the way your business appears on Google. So think about your Facebook profile, your Instagram profile. Well, Google has the same thing for your business that shows on their platform. With a Google business profile, you're able to connect with customers, post updates, list products and your services, showcase reviews, and much more. So, in 3 steps, here is how customers find you through your Google business profile and why it's so important. First, someone searches for your product and service. Depending on what they search, they will find a list of businesses. And from there, they're gonna click on your profile or possibly your competitors if you don't follow this video to get in contact with you. So let's break it down further. How does it work? This is a visual to show you more about how Google Maps works. If you've searched for any business or any service, you are probably familiar with what this looks like here. You can see there's different businesses listed that match the criteria of the search term. In this example, we used roofers near me. Okay, so how did these 3 people show up first? It's important to understand what Google chooses, how Google chooses what business listings show up. So first thing is relevance. These are the 3 things, by the way, that Google looks at and takes into account when they're deciding who to show on the 3-pack. So 1 is relevance. How well the business matches what the searcher wants. Number 2 is distance. How far is the business from the search location, which we'll talk about further. And then 3, prominence. How popular is the business in the real world and online? So this is your reputation and your reviews. Here are 8 marketing techniques your local business should use. 1 is optimizing your Google business profile. 2, engage with posts on your profile. 3 is focus on improving and managing your reviews. 4 is adding a Q&A section to your Google business profile. 5 is creating and updating your local listings. 6 is using local SEO with your Google business profile. Number 7 is Google Maps advertising. And number 8 is tracking your marketing performance. So let's jump right into number 1, optimizing your profile. This is the checklist to go ahead and update, create, and optimize your profile. So here you can see, and you can take a screenshot of this checklist here. It goes through everything you're gonna need to do to set up your Google business profile in a proper way. You wanna make sure as much information is filled out and that you are updating it as changes happen within your business. Nobody wants to call a business and then you not answer the phone simply because you didn't update your hours of operation. So, important notes about your Google business profile. You wanna make sure. So here's an example of a Google business profile that has been optimized. You could see on the top right here, there's photos of the business. You could see here they have all the main buttons updated. They have 5-star reviews and over 100 Google reviews. They have the business description, which is what they do and where they mainly service. They have different service options. They have an address and where they are located. They have the hours of operation, the phone number, and a useful link such as an appointment link so that users can set appointments. As I mentioned, you're gonna do this setup 1 time. but you want to make sure that you keep it up to date with the latest information. So for example, if you have temporary opening hours, if it's a holiday, if your prices change, or even if you have new products, new services, and new locations. You want to keep in mind that this profile needs to be updated as your business grows. By updating this profile, it also shows Google that you're very active online. Next, we're going to talk about posting on your profile and how to engage with proper Google Business Profile postings. Much like social media, you're going to use your Google Business Profile, and you could post to make announcements. You could share updates, offers, events, and encourage people to visit your location or get in touch. So these are just a few examples of ones we've posted to show people what work we're releasing, to book appointments with us, and learn more about our services. This is a 3-step guide to make your next post. Step 1, you're gonna go ahead and log into your Google Business Profile, and you should see a menu that looks like this. You're gonna go ahead and click Add Update. When you do that, it's gonna bring you to an option to choose what type of post you would like to create. So you have the option of adding an update, adding an offer, adding an event. So you would choose the one that's most relevant to what you're looking to do. And from there, you could fill out the form that appears with your post details, click preview, and if all looks good, you can go ahead and post it. Now we have a scheduling tool we use for our marketing clients and for ourselves to make this process even easier. But a tip would be make sure you add photos and videos that are eye-catching and informative. The better quality the photos and videos, the better chance people will actually engage and click on the post. Also, make sure to run your post and text through spell checkers to ensure it's clear, professional, and represents the tone and voice of your company online. So local listings. Next on the list is local listings. I'm gonna show you how to create these listings. And these listings are way more important than you may know. So what are local listings? Local listings, also known in technical terms as citations, are references to your local business by its name, address, and phone number. You may have seen it as NAP, N-A-P. Typically, this information is featured in online directories like Yelp. Basically, Google looks at local listings across the web and checks to see if all the listings are accurate. It's also, Google basically looks at all the local listings across the web to check to see if the listings are accurate. That's why you want to make sure that the business name, address, and phone number are exactly the same to the T on all the different platforms. This provides more clarity to Google to show that your business is up to date across the entire web. So, how do you find your local listings? Well, we can pull a report that shows you exactly what listings you have or don't have, or may not even have the right information on. You may not know how many people are going to the wrong phone number or wrong address for your business. That's why this is so important. As you can see here, this is a quick screenshot to show an online presence of someone who has 79 listings, but about 34 of them need to be fixed, and it's affecting their visibility online. To give you an example, because you may be wondering, what are these online listings? Here's just a few of them that I pulled. Things like your Yelp, Bing, Yellow Pages, Foursquare, Yahoo, Super Pages. These are websites you may or may not have ever gone to, or you may never go to them in your lifetime. However, Google uses these platforms and crawls the web, searching these platforms, looking for your business information. And that's why it's so important that this is all accurate and up to date. To give you an example with our own business is you can see here 3 different platforms, 3 different listing sites, and you can see our business name. It's exactly the same on all 3 platforms. Same thing with the phone number and the address. Since we have a dash with a space, you could see that the dash with the space is consistent through all 3 of the platforms. This is how specific these listings need to be. So if you want to know how your business is doing online and what local listings your business does or does not have, go ahead, scan this QR code, and we're going to put together a custom report just for you on your business. Next, let's talk about review management and how to improve your reviews to drive more business to your Google profile. Now, a lot of people talk about reviews, but we're gonna go over the basic principles that are gonna help you drive more quality reviews. Obviously, we all know the importance of Google reviews. It plays a huge role in how you appear and how many times Google is showing your business to customers, because Google wants its customers and users to have a good experience. They do not want to recommend people or businesses that do not provide quality services. Your Google review count and the review score both factor into local search rankings. The more reviews and the more positive ratings will obviously improve your business's local exposure. So for example, if I search for best roofing company Fort Lauderdale, which this is an actual search I did today, you could see the top 3 companies that show up. What you'll notice about all 3 companies is they have 4.9, 4.7, really high ratings, star ratings here, and they all have almost 200 or more reviews. So again, going back to more reviews and positive rankings will improve how you show up on Google Maps. So how do you generate more positive reviews? There's 3 things that will help you do so. First is gonna be review request emails and text. We have automation set up so that anytime you leave a customer's home and you know they have a positive experience, you can go ahead and click one button and send them a text or an email with a review request. All right, customer conversations. So while you're in front of the customer is one of the best times to also get reviews. Ask the customer to leave a review after any successful conversation with them, whether it's in person, over the phone, or online. Simply by asking for these reviews and training your staff to ask for reviews will generate more positive reviews for your business. You could also do things like add QR codes, like the one I had in this presentation, to your print materials. Those materials could include review requests on your receipts, business cards, and other marketing materials that help you generate more reviews. We've created 2 review funnels that I want to share with you. This is example number 1. We've created 2 review funnels that help us get better reviews for ourselves and our clients, and I want to share those with you. So here's the first example. Anytime I send someone to a review link, I have them go here first. What this does is it has them choose their star rating. They can click 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 stars. Depending on how many stars they click, they'll be redirected to the appropriate page. So for example, if they click on the 5th star here, it's going to automatically redirect them to our Google Business profile to leave a 5-star review. On the other hand, if they were to leave a 2-star review, it's going to send them to a page to ask them for feedback so that we can improve, take notes, and contact them to better our business without it reflecting our reviews. Here is review funnel example number 2. This is also similar to example number 1, however, there's some differences in the design and how we have it set up. With this funnel, we ask the customer how their experience was and we prompt them to leave reviews on one of 3 platforms, as you can see here. We also have a get in touch button in case they had any issues or trouble with their experience that they can get in touch with someone from our team. Again, this helps filter reviews and lets us really know what's happening with the business and manage our reputation and be on top of what's going on with customers and how they're feeling. So when it comes to Google reviews, you want to make sure you have someone from your team monitoring your reviews regularly and responding to all reviews typically within 24 hours. When responding, no matter what the review is, you want to make sure to use a professional tone. Make sure you're representing your company in the best way. If you receive a negative review, it's okay to address specific concerns and offer a solution. I even recommend for a negative review, reaching out to the person directly to see if you could change their experience for the better and if they'll remove the review. Last but not least, and I hopefully don't have to say this, but do not get fake reviews. Google will close your account if they get wind that you are having fake reviews added to your account. So here's a trick I like when it comes to keywords in your reviews. Here's an example. So when you're responding to a review, like I said, you want to make sure you're clear, polite, helpful, and represent the business in the best way. But what you also want to do when responding to your reviews is use specific keywords and details to help with relevant search information. For example, we are a marketing and business development agency. So you can see here we have a review. And in our response, we not only thanked the person for their feedback, but we specifically mentioned products we offer in the review response, such as roofing education, roofing business SOP, and the roofing business endeavors. So you could do the same thing with your business by saying, hey, thanks for the great review. We are so happy we were able to offer a new roof replacement, a new metal roof in XYZ County. That provides relevant keywords to Google in your review response. So in case you don't know, we have a tool that allows you to easily respond and get notified from reviews. But just in case, if you go to your Google business profile and you click on the 3 dots here, you are able to make sure that your customer reviews notification is turned on. This will allow you to get notifications to your email so that you can quickly monitor and respond to your reviews. Now that we're flying through how to optimize your Google business profile, how do you provide extra information to help your customers? We're gonna do this through the Q&A section of your profile. I can almost guarantee you at this point in time when I'm recording this video that none of your competitors, or almost none of your competitors, are using this feature. And I'm gonna show you how to do it to make your profile more relevant and more filled out than your competitors. What is the Q&A section? You may or may not have seen this on other businesses' profiles or even your own. However, Google has the option for someone to ask a question. When they ask a question, you can go ahead and respond to this question, and it provides more information for users and customers who are viewing your profile. It's important that if you do get a question asked, that you make sure when you're responding to the question, you're logged in under the business owner account. This way readers know that the information being answered is from the business owner, and it also shows that your business is active online and cares about customer service. Now what I would do is I recommend having someone from your team or a customer ask a question. Here are some ideas of questions. Do you do metal roofs? Do you service XYZ County? Do you offer roof financing? You can see how all 3 of those questions would be relevant to a roofing company that offers metal roofs, services a particular county, and offers roof financing. So this isn't just for roofing, it's for any local service business. So you may be wondering, how do I come up with good questions to ask? Well, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Google and you're gonna search for your services in your area. For example, I put here metal roof Fort Lauderdale, but this could be for any industry. So for example, it could be pressure cleaning, Miami, and so on. When you do this, as you scroll down, you're gonna see a section on Google search results that shows what people also ask. These are some of the top asked questions that people in your area are asking Google. So you can go ahead and very easily see here from metal roof Fort Lauderdale that these are 4 questions that I can include in my Q&A. At this point, your Google business profile should be fully optimized. Let's talk about what's next. So let's talk about Google Maps advertising. This is the way you can pay for speedy results. Your business can't always afford to be patient and wait for leads to come in. You need to get leads now. The best way to do that is through Google advertising. So let me show you exactly how this works. You may be familiar with Google Ads, which is a paid service that could help your business rank faster for priority keywords and priority search locations. As you could see, using the same keyword metal roof Fort Lauderdale, you could see right here the top 2 people that show up are people who are paying for that spot. You can see that they've sponsored these postings here. Now the way Google advertising works is it's on a cost per click basis. So you pay every time somebody does one of the following, like clicks to get location details, clicks to get directions, clicks to call you, or even clicks to go to your website. It's important to know that at this time when recording this video, you cannot advertise on Google Maps exclusively. However, Google will show your ads across different properties on Google that they think are relevant to help you get the best results. That's why having a Google Ads manager can help you properly manage the budget and the search results for your advertising. We've launched campaigns with Google Ads that literally have gotten calls the same day. And that's why this is such an effective and popular marketing method for local businesses such as yours. Now let's switch from advertising back to organic strategies. Local SEO is actually impacted by your website. Your website and your Google business profile work together to create the optimal web presence. So having an SEO-friendly website is going to help you have better rankings in the map results. If Google believes your website is relevant to searchers, it also believes your Google business profile is too. It's really important that you have your Google business profile linked and showcased on your business website. So here are 4 ways that you could update your website to have better impact on your local SEO. The first one's going to be building links on local websites. This is known as backlinking, and what it's doing is it's building trust and showing Google that more people are referring your website, making it more relevant. Next is you're going to want to fix any technical issues on your website, and I'm going to show you how to do that in the next slide. Also, you want to publish localized content. You want your content marketing strategy to be relevant to the services you offer and to what areas you offer them. Content is becoming more and more important due to the competitive landscape and the need for education online. So make sure you provide valuable content and educate your customers. Last, you're going to want to use heat maps to track local rankings, which I'm going to show you in this presentation today. So, number 2, how do we fix your website score? We want to be sure to check both mobile and desktop. You could do this by going to Page Speed Insights on Google. This is Google's actual platform, and this is how Google is seeing your website speed online. You could see here it ranks for 4 key factors: performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO. It does it on both mobile and desktop. You want to make sure that you have a great score that's in the 90+%, and that will help you to have a better optimized web presence and show up more on Google. Now, I know we covered a lot of topics in this masterclass so far today, but I want to focus on how to track your performance. Checking if your Google marketing works is going to help you decide which campaigns are winners, which campaign are losers, and what you should be reinvesting to that actually generates leads for your business. Now, keep in mind, we talked about Google advertising, which is a very quick strategy, and then we talked about organic optimization and SEO, which is more of a long-term play. If you use both together, you will dominate on Google both in the short and long term. So how do you track your results in real time? Tracking your performance to see if your Google marketing strategy is working. You can track your performance to see if your marketing strategy is working by monitoring your Google business profile and the visibility it has when you search on Google Maps, the local pack, and local finder. You want to make sure that you're choosing and typing in target keywords. Every different keyword that you search will have a different ranking factor. So, for example, if you search for roofing contractor, you may show up number 1, but if you search for roofing company, you may show up number 10. So it's important to understand that different target keywords will have different results. So here's a keyword tip. If you want to get straight into tracking, you can use some basic keywords like your business type near me, roofing company near me, or you could use a service you offer and a city name you service. So, for example, pressure cleaning Miami. Those are just some example basic keywords that you can start searching for or use to see where you show up on Google. Now, we have all sorts of tools we use here in-house, SEO tools that allow us to search hundreds of keywords to see how many people are searching for those keywords and where companies are showing up. It's really important to understand that the keywords you go for are keywords that people are actually searching for. So if you're number 1 for the search term roofing contractor supplies and nobody searches for that term, it's not really helpful to be number 1. That's why you want to go for high intent, top ranking keywords that get the most search volume in your area. Here is one of my favorite things to do when tracking local marketing results, and it's using these heat maps. In this example, I've given you 2 totally different keywords like we were just talking about, and you can see how the business ranks. For example, in the first slide, the keyword is siding repair. When you search for siding repair, you could see this is the company's location, and you could see where they're showing up. This is what we talked about in the very beginning. Depending on where this user is searching, may have different results. So if somebody searches for siding repair in this area here, most likely their business is going to come up first. However, if they search for siding repair right in this area, They may not come up first because you could see they may come up number 9 or number 20. This is how you're accurately able to track the map rankings, see where you're showing up, and improve upon the areas you're not. On the right side, this keyword is totally different. It's commercial roofing company. As you could see, much better than the map on the left, this person shows up number 1 for almost the whole entire grid. So chances are, it's very likely that if a user or customer searches for this keyword, that this business is going to be found first. What does that do? That drives more leads for your business. And that's what this is all about. We know how to help your business generate leads on Google. We have proven strategies that have worked in many different markets. Whether you're just starting your company or looking to scale, we can take you to the next level. So take everything I showed you today, apply it to your business, and go ahead and scan this QR code right here to get a free marketing report that our team's gonna go through with you and show you what obstacles you need to overcome to dominate on Google. I hope you guys enjoyed this masterclass on how to dominate Google local search. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and submit that marketing report so we can get you your customized results.